What's up, guys? I'm back with a second video, and I sketched this Naruto drawing last night, and I'm just coloring him in. And if you can tell from the orange around his eyes, we got Sage Mode Naruto right now. The reference photo I used, I'm pretty sure, is the fight with him against Pain. And since my last video, I've had a couple new subscribers, so thank you guys for subscribing and checking me out. I appreciate all of you who watch my videos and for the positive comments that I've received so far. It means a lot to me, guys, so thank you for that. I plan to keep drawing and uploading a lot more in the future. It's my passion in life. I just genuinely like drawing and it makes me happy, so I'm not gonna go anywhere. And watch this part. This funny. Ready? I just start with this pencil, and then it breaks off. I swear the other day that happened to me like 3 times in a row. I'd start drawing and then it'd break in like 5 seconds. When I'm coloring though, I typically like to start with the darker parts first. Just because when you do the highlights, you can just kind of color over everything, which you'll see when I get to that point. Because it's the lighter color, so it doesn't matter if you really go over the darker parts with it. So you don't have to be as cautious as you are when you do the shadows. And if that made no sense, you'll see what I mean in a minute. But yeah, I'm just putting the shadow around like the edges of his face. Got that shadow. Usually the shadow's right where I'm going on both sides of the nose, just to indicate that it's darker in there, and that's right around where your bridge of the nose is, so it's gonna be a bit deeper in your face there and have more shadow and darkness to give that kind of depth. Though in anime there's not too much depth compared to a real face, because it's usually just two-tone colors. You get the shadow and the light, whereas if you're drawing a real face, it's a lot more complicated and there's a lot more gradients involved, and it's very difficult compared to drawing cartoons, which is typically why I like to draw stuff like this. I've tried to draw real people before, and with some success, but sometimes they just look god awful, like something like an orc from Lord of the Rings or something. So the before part, before I started coloring it, I first sketched it on this paper with, I use an H2 pencil normally when I just sketch. When I say sketched, that means like very lightly, just finding the shape of it. So they're kind of semi-confident strokes, and I use an eraser a lot, and that's just where I'm just getting the general outline of his face and the position of his eyes and whatnot. And then once I'm confident with what I've done, that's when I pull out like my pen and trace along what I've already done. But as you can see now, I'm done with the shadows and I'm moving on to the highlight. And at this point, since this is the lightest color, I don't mind being a bit messy with it. And I'm going into the shadow down by the neck and just going over his whole ear, because that color's so light, it's not going to affect the dark color. So that's why I like to do that last. If I did this with the shadow over the light color, it would overtake that color and show up. But since it's the lightest color, like this part with the mouth and nose, I can just go over all that real quick and not have to worry about, what if I color in the shadow, because you're not going to see it. So that's normally why I like to do that last, because you can just go like faster. So he's starting to come together pretty good at this point. I think at some point I'm about to take a break because my hand gets tired. I noticed too, when I watch myself do these videos, I like regrip the pencil a lot, and it's something I don't think about, but I just reposition my hand on it a lot. And I don't know if there's any proper way to hold the pencil. I just hold it whatever way feels comfortable, and I guess you should do the same. It's not like there's any right or wrong way. I'm sure that a lot of great artists hold it in different ways, so I think as long as it's comfortable in your hand, then that's fine. I also realized that these videos, at least the way I'm recording them isn't ideal for YouTube videos because it's not a landscape format, and I'm working on changing that right now. Next video I want to film it so it's actually like a landscape, so it's better to view on like your phone and tablet or laptop or whatever else you watch this on. But like I said in my last video, I'm still new to all of this and I don't have much experience filming videos, so I'm sure with time, if you follow along, you'll see my stuff get better, and probably my commentary like this getting better, and hopefully the art too. That'd be cool if that got better. I'm sure it will. If you put enough time into anything, and enjoy it and practice, then you're bound to get better. And it's the same thing with the hair here. I did this dark part first, and now that I'm doing the lighter color, I don't need to be as careful. I can kind of just go over this a lot faster and fill it in. So it just ends up saving time, and you don't have to stress so much about staying in the lines when you're doing this part. Also, I normally don't turn the paper too much when I film videos, just because it makes for a better video if the paper stays in one position. But when I'm not having the camera on, I normally turn the paper quite a bit, and I don't think there's any wrong or right way about doing that, but I like turning the paper a lot. So now I'm doing his eyes, and I don't have a lot of these different colors for markers, but I use the same color as his hair as shadows, and then I used a gray to do the around the edge to make that a bit darker. Then we put the white dot there, and we're adding the shadows with the light gray on the eye, and then I did the same for the other side. Typically though, what really makes the eye pop is that white spot in the eye, and not every anime drawing that you'll see will have it, but I guarantee most of them will. And once again, due to load storage space, I couldn't get the whole drawing on here, but you'll see that I do his headband, and bottom part I don't show, but here's the final result. I'd say it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with how it turned out. If you guys want me to draw something specific, leave a comment, and also like and subscribe if you want to do that, or don't. That's up to you. But if you actually did stick around and watch this, then thank you very much for checking me out. And if you just had it on in the background, or you fell asleep to this video, I appreciate that too, because you clicked on it when you couldn't have, so thank you a lot for that too. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.